Hi guys, Nick from Scope Training. Before you get angry at me for not ironing my shirt, I shouldn't have brought that up, damn it. I got a haircut, so can't always win. Just very briefly, I'm going to talk about status reports, specifically the frequency that we should do status reports. So, status reports. Here's our little project from start to finish. And all a status report is really just a snapshot. It's a point in time where we're saying, look, what's happening? You know, how's the project progressing? What's the performance like? What are the issues? And also, what are the risks going forward? So a status report is a snapshot at a point in time. Cool, we're good with that concept. How often should we do it? All right, a couple of ways that I see in industry. One is frequency-based, where we denote a frequency sometimes daily. You know, if you think about morning meetings, that's really a status report. Weekly, monthly, quarterly, half yearly, yearly, every 2 years, I don't know. All right, so that's a frequency-based approach. The other one is based on milestones. So as a significant point has been planned to be achieved, a status report is planned for that point. Basically what this does, sometimes actually drives up the effort because you know you need to report on the status of that indicator on that date. So it might drive up performance and drive up effort. And also, if it hasn't been reached, in the status report you say, look, it hasn't actually been reached, we can get to that point, and we put a new date for reporting. So they're the two main ways I see. One is frequency-based, the other one is milestone-based. There is another way that I see a lot, and I call this more reactive, which is the Shoc way. I'm just making this up, by the way. But this is the Shoc way, where what happens is you're running your project, you're actually doing the work, and all of a sudden, OMG, the client says, I need to know what's happening right now. That's the Shoc way because it puts you in shock. You have to go through, do all the uncovering, find out where the project's at, and then produce a status report. So my question is, how often should it be done? And what do you consider to be the best approach? Do you think a frequency-based would work better for your projects, a milestone-based, or please don't say the Shoc approach, but a lot of us employ this tactic, maybe subconsciously. That's really my question to you. All right, so how often do you think a status report should be done, and what sort of logic works? So you might say, look, for our projects, we employ a frequency because we find monthly reporting, you know, balances the difference between the risk and the efficiency. We get the communication, there's not too many issues from month to month, so there's not too many risks, and it doesn't take too much time to do because it's once a month. Others may say, look, ours works best on milestones because that's how things are structured. Hopefully no one says this, but someone will always say something crazy. All right, that's my session for today. The frequency and the method by which we do status reports. As always, throw your comments. Love to hear them. Thank you. Bye-bye. I will go and iron my shirt now. That's a lie, but hopefully you've pressed stop now. Oh no, I am going to iron my shirt.